war's over.
War will be over when I say it's over.
News from the front. Tan Menace is still at large, and this is the last true Army Men game that's left to fight him. It's not the best game, but it's still a decent one. Hello everyone, today I bring you a game from one of my favorite franchises, the Army Men one. Today we have Army Men Sarge's War. Like already mentioned, this is the last Army Men game that I know of that is true to the Army Men games that came before it. Although this time the story is taken back to a more serious one than the previous Sarge's games. I actually found this to be a rather decent story. The story is classical Army Men affair, namely green versus tan, except this time, as mentioned before, it's more serious and dark. For the newest bad guy to take control of an isolated cell of the Tan Army that refuses to make peace with the Greens, and thus decides to blow up all the characters of the previous games, Colonel Grimm, Plastro, the heroes, and so on, and this was all concocted by the evil General Malice. The dialogue when in the missions could have been better, but it's nothing major. The game takes you through several diverse levels, my favorites being the beach and sandcastle level. The graphics, mostly due to the environment, are rather dark and have a brown color, but the graphics are really nothing special. Lots of the characters look blocky, levels could be better designed. A neat thing though is that, depending on where you shoot the enemies, that body part will fall off. Although a lot of the time it's the same body part. And if you shoot their heads, they will turn around constantly and shoot in all directions. Same goes if you shoot off a certain body part, but that will only happens occasionally. One thing that I cannot forgive them graphics wise is the fact that they don't seem to have even bothered to make a melting animation. What fun is a flamethrower in an Army Men game or any game if the enemy doesn't melt or is set on fire? Damage is also visible on Sarge when he gets shot. You really see him get shot. Too bad that the same doesn't happen to his face. Would bring a whole new term to the saying, I'll just grow my face back. He really does grow it all back when you pick up a health pack. Although it seems a bit cannibalistic when you take the small chunks of plastic that have fallen from enemies and you get health from them. Gameplay doesn't have much variety, it's just mainly shooting, the occasional amount of machine gun and fire down a corridor. Grenades become useless later down the game, and only a certain type of weapon is available only on certain levels, and becomes useless after some levels later. Occasionally, you might need to fight a helicopter or tank, but they aren't much of a challenge. If anything, there's a good variety of weapons. They are basic, but at least they're present and a good amount of them. My favorites being the flamethrower, shotgun, and automatic rifle. The last boss is really easy and doesn't pose much of a threat. The controls are the game's main problem. They are very stiff even when you're in FPS mode. You cannot be completely precise with your aiming. The auto-aim really has a problem sometimes recognizing and prioritizing the main threats if there are multiple enemies on the screen. There are collectibles such as enemy intel and flag, but they don't bring anything special to the game besides some shiny medals which don't do anything. There's also no multiplayer unlike its console counterparts. The game is rather easy for the most part. It's very generous with ammo, and it's mainly difficult around the last two levels, and cause enemies can gang up on you from all sides, and due to the stiff controls and faulty auto-aim. Overall, the game is decent and can be passed in around 5 or 6 hours easily, the game's main problem being the stiff controls and bad auto-aiming. But overall, it's a playable game. Till next time.